Um, I was not gonna talk about this because I just didn't want to. I kind of wanted to just heal in private and just be okay with not sharing this. But I feel like this will help me a lot to move forward. So my first dog that I've ever had passed away, and this is actually a lot harder than I thought it was gonna be. Um, I've had her for half my life. And I've had her for as long as I've lived here in California. I used to live on the East Coast. And the very first day I moved here, it was actually February 14th, which is Valentine's Day. And then the next day, me, my sister, and my dad, we went to go pick her up. It's crazy because I'd never had a dog before. So you think that, okay, I'll love them and feed them, walk them, pet them, but it's never going to be anything like like a human like bond. But shit, honestly, it felt even more special because she was and still is my best friend, because I didn't have anybody when I first moved here. So she was the one that I always hung out with. I didn't know anybody here. I was 16 and she lived for 16 years. We let her go yesterday, and it was one of the hardest things I've ever had to do because I like she was my best friend, like I said. And the name of the channel is actually her nickname, which was Kubz. Her name is Sakura. And she was always under the table. Whenever I would edit the videos, she would wait for me to take her out. She'd always just, be there for me. So I'm okay. I promise. I'm okay, everybody. I promise you. But it's just when I talk about her, that's when all the memories start flooding back in. But I just wanted to mention it because it's been an ongoing thing since the end of 2022. And I've recorded a few videos since then because she wasn't doing well. I don't want to go into details, but she wasn't doing well. And, I had hope because I'm an optimist at heart that she would get better. And she was. I mean, she made progress, but then, sometimes she would take a step back. And the days where she was making progress, I tried to record because, I love doing what I do. And, on days when she was doing bad, I just didn't have the heart to. So 2023 definitely sucks. But, it doesn't have to suck the whole year. I can always just be happy for her. Because that's what, companionship is. Like, they want you to be happy. They're not they don't give you unconditional love for no reason. And, if I'm just sad all the time, that's not the way to live. But I guess I'm just, every time I talk about it, I think about, how much she was there for me. Like I said, when I first moved here, man, I would come home from school and she'd always be there waiting for me. And she lived for 16 years, so she watched me grow into who I am now. She rode with me. She was my favorite passenger when I got my license. Always have her head out the window. And, she was there when I started doing YouTube. And, she was always by my side. She was there when my son was born. She was running around in the new house when I bought my first house. So yeah, when we got her, I was just a kid. But now I'm a man and I feel like I lost. Well, I don't feel like I lost. I did lose somebody very important to me. And the thing that just makes me the most upset is that I think, like, I remember telling her, because she got sick one time, like years ago. Like, I don't remember, like 6 or 7 years ago, she got sick. And she had to get surgery, and then she ended up recovering, and we were all happy. And I couldn't even imagine losing her. Back then, I was telling her that if she leaves me, please leave me when I'm mentally okay for it to happen. And then it happened all these years later, and I'm a different person than I was back then, but love is love, and when you lose somebody that is a family member to you, you're never gonna be okay. Like, it's never like okay to lose somebody, if that makes sense. Like, I asked her to leave me when I'm okay mentally, to like be prepared for it, but that was such a selfish thing to think, because you're never ready when it actually happens. And when, I watched her pass, I just remember so many things about her. That's all. So I don't know. I didn't want to make this a sad video. I wanted to say goodbye. I've said goodbye to her many times, but I just wanted to just put it here, let everybody know that, yeah, she's gone, but it's okay. Like, it's gonna be okay. I'm gonna be okay. I know she's happy and she's watching over me right now. This is actually the first video that I've recorded without her being like around. And it's weird. It's weird, but I'm gonna have a great year for her. I am. I don't want to make it seem like this year is gonna suck, but I'm gonna have a great year for her, because that's the least I can do, because she's given me so many great years. So many great years. Actually, every year was great. Every day was great. She always gave unconditional love to me and my whole family. Like, not just me. Like, for the last few years of her life, my mom and her were attached at the hip. That was her little baby. So, I know her energy is still here, and I feel it, and things are going to be okay. I think I only get emotional when I talk about her, but when I'm just staying busy and not thinking about it, it's good. Like, I'm okay mentally, but I'm still grieving and not getting used to it being without her, but just accepting it, I guess. Just accepting what happened, because like I said, she was my first dog and she's been here half my life. She's had a great life. So that's what I'm happy about. She had a great life. Every day was filled with good days and so much love. She ran around a lot, always got cuddles with everybody, ate some good food, sometimes better than me. And I'll share one memory that never escapes my mind. So, like I said before, I'd never had a dog. I've never had a dog before. And then when I first got her, I always thought dogs were in a cage. You know, like when they go to sleep, you tell them to go to sleep in their dog bed in the cage. Like, it's from what I've seen in movies, you know? And I just thought, okay, when we're not home, we keep her in the cage, and then when we come home, we take her out the cage and she can run around and stuff. So I bought the wrong cage. My dumbass bought the wrong cage. And, you know, I didn't even really have any money. I was 16, so, like, I didn't even have any money at all, actually. So we bought, like, an airport kennel. And I thought that was a cage, but airport kennels are a little different. Like, a regular cage has, like, bars and, you know, a lot of, like, room to, like, look around. An airport kennel is kind of more like a solid thing with, like, a little window, like, with bars on the side. So she would sleep in my room, but her airport kennel was near the door. I put her in there. First night, we're trying to, like, train her. I shut the little door. I go in the bed, and then I just look at her, and she's looking at me through the bar thing. And I guess I just wasn't patient enough. Because I could have just, like, went to sleep and turned off the light and just let her fall asleep in there, because, you know, she'll get bored eventually, right? And then just go to sleep. But I'll never forget looking at her, and I was just like, fuck that. I opened the door, put her on the bed, and she's never been in a cage since. She was that way for the rest of her life. And I didn't want her to just be in a cage and, you know, get used to it, because I felt like she was talking to me in that moment. Like, it felt like she was just like, don't do this. You know? Like, she was looking at me like, don't you dare keep me in here. So I was like, yes, boss. Whatever you say. So yeah, I opened the cage, put her on the bed, and the rest is history. I'll never forget that. I'll never forget that look. Because that was the first time I felt like we communicated. And I was just like, wow, like, I feel like she was telling me she didn't want to be there. So I took her out. And yeah, best decision. Because she was happy. She was happy. And I wouldn't change anything. You know, like, they always say that the 3 things certain in life are death, taxes, and me making a dumb joke. So it was inevitable. I don't want anyone to get confused too that watches the channel for a long time. I do have another dog named Raiden. And I keep him with me in this house. So he's always with me right now. He's the one who's been in the videos, like, more recently. But as Sakura got older, I let her be with my mom and everybody over there because they love her so much. She fought until the very end of her life. And I have nothing but fucking respect for that. Honestly. Like, she was going through something in her last weeks of life. And she fought so hard to make progress. I watched it every single day. These past few weeks, I've watched it every single day. Her trying to like be strong. But eventually you could see like the pain on their face. It's almost like they're tired. I didn't want her to go through that. And I selfishly just wanted to hang on for like 1 more day, 2 more days, 3 more days. But I was talking myself out of what I already knew, and that was selfish of me. You know, to be optimistic when reality is right there. So, I accepted it. I said goodbye. I told her I'll see her again one day. One thing about her too is that anytime somebody was sick, she wouldn't leave their side. Like, for example, like I remember I had a fever. She was in the room with me, almost guarding the place, waiting till I got better. Same thing with anybody in my family. You know, anytime they got sick, she'd be with them till they got better. So, when we decided to let her rest, I didn't want to be there when it happened. Because I thought it would hurt too much. But then I remembered that she would never leave anybody when they were sick. So I petted her until the very end. I was just petting her until I didn't see the pain in her eyes anymore. But yeah, everybody, to end this video, I just wanted to say, you know, like that's why the videos have been so inconsistent at the end of the year and then to the start of the year. They've just been so up and down. I tried to record on good days and bad days. I just couldn't do it. But I feel like the whole thing has been like a nightmare because like she would get better and then she wouldn't, and then you'd see signs of her getting better and then it just got worse. So the hardest part is just accepting it. But like I said, I know she's happy. I know it. Like I know that we made the right choice. Because, man, 16 years? She was an old girl. She was an old girl, but acted like a puppy. She acted like she was, like, aging backwards. It was cool. She was, like, running and jumping and barking, and then it was just a 180, like, towards the end. And we knew it wasn't her anymore. Because she just had so much pain. But like I said, I just want to thank Sakura for being there for me. From 16 years old to 32 years old. Literally half my life. I just want to say thank you to her. And I want everyone to know how special she was to me. That's why I'm making this video. Because, you know, anybody who has like a dog, cat, anything, like any animal, they're not just animals. Like we form these special bonds with them. They're family. And if anybody ever tells you that, oh, it's just a pet, oh, you know, don't worry about it. No, that's not true. Like they are family and they love you unconditionally, which is so, like it's so sweet. Like, it's sweet and like messed up in a way because like you can treat them pretty bad, but they love you anyway. But if you treat them good, if you treat them great, like we did with Sakura, they just give you that love back. Like 100 times harder. But yeah, everybody, I just wanted to say that this year we're gonna go hard and we're gonna have some fun. But I just wanted to pay my respects to someone that I love very much.